Good morning, and please be seated. Welcome. I'm Dr. Erica Laddie, President of the Enterprise and the Chief Academic Officer. Welcome to our 2026 May Commencement Ceremony. To start, I want to thank our honored guests, Unity's Board of Trustees, our alumni and current students, staff, faculty, and offer a warm and proud welcome to you, the parents, guardians, family, and friends from all over the country gathered here to celebrate the accomplished graduating class of 2026. Today we celebrate not just the culmination of years of dedication, but the launch of many new careers in environmental and sustainability fields. You, the graduates of Unity Environmental University, are more than graduates. You are the architects of a sustainable future that will truly uplift us all. It's also my absolute pleasure to welcome this year's stellar commencement speaker, Bill Nye. For decades, Bill has helped generations see science not as something distant or intimidating, but as something alive, essential and deeply connected to the world around us. He has long championed the idea that curiosity matters, that asking questions matters, and that building a scientifically literate society matters. That belief feels especially fitting today. The world our graduates are stepping into is full of urgent sustainability challenges. But today is not about dwelling on the weight of those challenges. It's about celebrating the possibility of meeting them. It is about honoring the creativity, determination, and sense of purpose that brought our graduates to this moment. Because when knowledge is matched with passion and action, there's no limit to the difference one person can make. Graduates, today we celebrate your accomplishments, your legacy as students, and your future as alumni. As you make your way across this stage, remember that Unity Environmental University is not just a school you once attended, it's a resource that will always support you. We are your partners, your cheerleaders, and fellow travelers on the journey. Congratulations, class of 2026. May this next adventure be with purpose, passion, and a relentless pursuit of a sustainable tomorrow today. As we begin the celebration and reflection, let us stand and face the flag for the national anthem, sung by Crystal Marie.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. At this point, I would like to recognize the other members of the stage party. Dr. Melik Peter Corey, President and CEO of Unity Environmental University. Mr. Bill Nye, our distinguished commencement speaker. Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Kelly Boyer-Ontel. Ms. Denise Young, Executive Vice President of Educational Outcomes. Dr. Jennifer Cartier, our faculty marshal who has been with Unity for 19 years. Dr. Heidi Wilkes, Chief Learning Officer. Dr. Doreen Rogan, Vice President of Student Outcomes. Mr. Angel Martinez Laredo, Dean of Student Success. And Tammy Martell Crane, a bachelor's student in our distance education program, will offer our student address as well as the reading of the Green Pledge. And now, let us pause for a brief moment. Graduates, the short film you are about to see has become for us a reflection on the passion, fearlessness, and resilience of our graduating class. It's a reflection of where you've been and a glimpse of what the future may bring.
When we're young, we're not afraid to wonder. I wonder where the sun goes at night. I wonder what'll happen if I try this. As we get older, sometimes we forget to wonder. Sometimes we forget to ask, what if? But when things are hard, it is our ability to learn to ask, what if? That'll make the difference the world needs most. What if our lakes and oceans were truly clean and clear? What if we could feed ourselves without exhausting the soil for the next generation? What if every decision began in curiosity and ended in truth? What if we learned to change the world by changing the world? What then? Maybe for Unity Environmental University, our work is wondering, of teaching us to wonder. Every day, those of us at Unity Environmental University wonder, what if? And every day we are together, reimagining what college can be if we just allow ourselves to wonder, what if?
Now I would like to welcome our student speaker, Tammy Martell Crane, to the lectern.
Good morning, everyone. Standing here today, I feel warmth in my heart because this moment is truly special to me. You see, I never imagined that I would be standing here speaking to you all. It's a milestone I once thought I might never happen. And it's not because I lacked the ability. No, it's because life sometimes takes us down unexpected roads. This is actually my 3rd degree, a journey filled with perseverance and new beginnings. And I didn't return to school out of obligation. I came back because inside I felt a deep calling and urge to seek more purpose, more meaning, and a chance to make a real difference. So, in my 40s, I made a bold choice that honestly scared me a little. I decided to start fresh. I finally decided to follow a passion that I have had since I was 7 years old, marine biology and conservation. And I won't pretend it was easy. It was really tough. I wasn't just a student. I was also a mother, working hard, managing responsibilities, bills, and a busy life that didn't just stop just because I decided to go back to school. There were nights I sat in front of my computer, exhausted but determined, wondering if I had made the right decision, wondering if it would be easier just to quit. I questioned myself. If I was too late, if I had waited too long, if I still had what it takes. And I believe many of you here have felt the same. But what I discovered at Unity Environmental University, the incredible support and community changed everything for me. Unity didn't just provide me with an education, it offered me with opportunity, a chance to rebuild myself, to grow, and to believe in something larger than my fears. This university recognized students like me, those balancing real life while striving for a better future. During overwhelming times, there was always someone to support me, whether an advisor, an instructor, or just words of encouragement, reminding me that I belong here. Sometimes that reassurance is just enough to keep going. Returning to school later in life demands more than intelligence. It calls for courage, resilience, and self-belief, especially when those feelings seem so unreachable. Through countless late nights, assignments, and moments of wanting to give up, I began to change. I didn't just learn, I grew. As a mother raising my now 19-year-old son, this journey has meant everything to me. I wanted him to see something real. Not perfection, but perseverance. To see that even in uncertain, fearful times, you can still choose to try. And I didn't do this alone. I had my son beside me, supporting me in ways he may never fully understand. I had my father who believed in me even when I struggled to believe in myself. And I had my husband who stood by me through every late night, every moment of doubt, every tear, and there were a lot of them, and every small victory. That kind of support, it changes you. It reminds you that you're not just doing this for yourself. You're doing it for something bigger. Through Unity, I didn't just sit in a classroom. I stepped into the world I had been dreaming about. I worked in coral restoration and became a STEM educator in the Florida Keys, helping to rebuild ecosystems that are struggling to survive and teaching students about the importance of conservation of ecosystems and the importance of biodiversity. I had an internship and traveled to South Africa, and I saw marine conservation on a scale that opened my eyes in ways I can't even fully explain. I participated in active research, citizen science projects, and was educated on the biodiversity of ecosystems and species living in South Africa, all of which helped to shape who I am today and what I stand for. I also went to Iceland for another internship. While I was there, I felt the power and the fragility of all of our planet around me. The landscape was very harsh, but so, so beautiful, and it connected to me in ways that I had never dreamed of. And in those moments, it hit me. This is why I came back. This is why I didn't give up. Because this work matters. Because this planet matters. Because we matter. Today I stand not just as a graduate, but as someone who refuses to stop here. I'm continuing my journey by pursuing a master's in marine conservation biology through Unity. This isn't the end of my story, it's just the beginning. To my fellow graduates, look around. Each person here has a story. Some followed a straight path while others took the long way. Many of us balanced families, jobs, hardships, fear, and doubt every day, yet we still made it. We didn't just earn degrees, we gained strength and resilience. We proved to ourselves and our families that we are capable of more than we ever thought. Now we enter a world that desperately needs us, facing overwhelming challenges such as climate change, habitat loss, and struggling ecosystems. But here's the truth. We're not entering empty-handed. No, we carry knowledge, experience, purpose, and the ability to make a difference. Change isn't from a single moment. It's from people like us choosing to care, act, and persist even when it's tough. If there's one thing to remember today, let it be this: it's never too late. Never too late to follow your passion, change your life, or become who you were truly meant to be. Unity Environmental University didn't just give us degrees. No, it gave us a second chance, purpose, and direction. Now it's our turn to apply what we've learned to protect something greater than ourselves, for our families, our future, and this planet that needs us now more than ever. Congratulations, class of 2026. We didn't just achieve this, we fought for it, and the best is yet to come. At this time, I will read to you the Green Pledge. Since 2009, members of the graduating class have been invited to sign the Green Pledge, making a public commitment to work in service to the planet wherever their futures may take them. The Green Pledge reads as follows. I pledge to explore and take into account the social and environmental consequences of any job I consider and will try to improve these aspects of any organizations for which I work. Graduates who have chosen to sign the pledge are wearing green ribbons on their graduation gowns. Now, let us please welcome Dr. Laddie back to the lectern. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. It's now the portion of our program where we recognize outstanding academic achievement. I would like to call your attention to the cords that individual graduates are wearing. The purple cord, which signifies a student who has donated to the Unity Scholarship Fund. The red, white, and blue cord is worn by our military and veteran students, and we thank you and your families for your service. The gold cord indicates achievement of high honors for baccalaureate students who earn a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher in their time at Unity. Let us congratulate these individuals on their accomplishments with a round of applause. The highest of these accomplishments is valedictorian and salutatorian. The valedictorian ranks first in GPA and is considered the top undergraduate student of their class, and the salutatorian second. Let us give applause to Unity's valedictorian, Brittany Stadig from North Carolina, earning her bachelor's degree. Brittany earned her bachelor's degree in animal health and behavior, and our salutatorian, Alina Nemeth, hailing from Idaho, who earned her bachelor's degree in wildlife conservation. And now it is my honor to introduce the 11th president and CEO of Unity Environmental University, Dr. Melik Peter Corey, who will share the presidential address.
I am under no illusion that I'm standing between you and Bill, so I will. But before I say anything else, I'd like everyone in here today who is graduating to do something for me. Take just one breath, close your eyes, and feel it. You are here. For those who are watching from their kitchen table in Sacramento, from a military base in North Carolina, from a hospital break room in Tampa, from a tractor pickup truck in Nebraska with a laptop propped up on the dash, you are here too. Same ceremony, same degree, same moment. I want to talk to you about that moment for a minute, because I don't think many outside of this room and who are in today understand what you actually did. Like Tammy said, most of you did not do this the easy way. For many, there was no residential life experience. No 4 years of being 20 and figuring it out while your parents wrote the check. For some of you, yes, and thank you for that. But for most of you, this degree got earned at 5 a.m. before the kids woke up. This degree was earned after 11 p.m., after your shift ended. Or, as one graduate told me, in a parking lot outside a job site, because that was the only place they could get Wi-Fi before the midnight deadline for their DQ was due, which I'm sure most of you can relate. Some of you wrote papers while in deployment. Some of you wrote papers while in a chemo chair. Some of you wrote them after putting a parent to bed who used to put you to bed. I know this because your faculty and your advisors know this. I know this because every year I meet a graduate or two who told me that they almost couldn't make it. And the only reason they pushed through was because of a person in their life. And those people in their lives who refused to let them quit. To that person today, to those people today, wherever they may be, the spouse, the parent, the child, the friend, the supervisor who covered a shift for you so you can do your work, and the battle buddy who said, ignore, override, and keep working the problem. You need that degree. Thank you. And graduates, I would encourage all of us to take a moment and give those people in our lives who got us here today a resounding round of applause. Now, I want to tell you what the data says about you, because I think you need to hear it from someone who has spent the better part of a decade watching this story unfold. You are part of almost 1,300 graduates strong this year. You represent every state in this great nation. Roughly 1/8 of you served in uniform. And 6 of you are here today with multiple degrees as you continue to further your education. Now here's the part that most people outside of our ecosystem don't fully grasp. When people hear Unity Environmental University, they assume they know where you're going. They picture a forest. They picture a kayak. They picture you in a wetsuit somewhere working the problem. And yes, some of you are doing exactly that. And this planet is better for it. Wildlife conservation, animal programs, and marine biology are 3 of our largest programs. And these graduates are walking straight into the agencies, the labs, the field stations that this country depends on. But that is not the whole story. And we need to remember that. Not even close. Unity graduating class is also working at Intel. They are working at PricewaterhouseCoopers. They're working at Esri, at Lonza Biologics. They're working right here in Maine at Jackson Labs and LL Bean, at Langen Engineering. They're also working at the Mayo Clinic. And I could go on and on and on. That is what a graduate at Unity Environmental University is doing. They're everywhere, making sure that every company, every organization strives for a better tomorrow. Now, I want to be very direct about what those names actually mean, because I do not want anyone in this room to misunderstand me. Unity graduates have always been in every industry. And we have a few alums today who prove that. For 60 years, our alums have quietly walked out of these institutions into corner offices, federal agencies, biotech labs, engineering firms, school boards, family firms, started their own business, military leadership, and Fortune 500 sustainability teams. That part has never been new. It has always been in our DNA. But here's what's changed. Because of you, we are now doing it at scale. Each and every one of you now is finally, the pattern is being visible from the outside. Employers see it. Recruiters see it. Industry sees it. This country is beginning to see it. The story did not change. The scale changed. And once we crossed that certain threshold of Unity Environmental University graduates, that perception will finally become a reality, that a Unity grad is a valuable grad. That is the world in which you are walking into. That is the degree that you are earning. The labor market is finally figured out what your predecessors proved a long time ago. That environmental literacy is not a niche. It is infrastructure. Every serious organization in America, in the globe, is going to need someone in the room who actually understands carbon, water, climate, animal systems, culture, food, hospitality, ecotourism, and the list goes on. They need somebody in the room. They need you who understands the science and how this damn planet works. You're open, sorry. You tripped me up. You opened your future by coming to Unity. And here's something I want you to hear from me directly. You changed this place, not the other way around. 60 years ago, a small group of people in central Maine decided that the natural world deserved its own college, deserved its own university. They built it on faith. They built it on grit. And for decades, this institution was carried by the people who chose it when very few people were choosing schools like these. Then you showed up. The working adult, the veteran, the parent, the career changer, the 35-year-old who said, "This year I am going to do this." The first-generation graduate whose parents never saw the inside of a college. The student in rural Idaho, in inner-city Atlanta, in a small town in Tennessee, who needed an institution that would meet them where they actually are, where they actually live. We supported our students who came to us where and how they needed it the most. Now, we will keep evolving to support you where you are. And we will continue to evolve to meet the next generation of alums exactly where they are. The DNA of this place will not change. Our resolve to support you will not change. But the door keeps getting wider and that is the promise. And you are the exemplar of why a Unity Environmental University, Unity College degree matters. Because our job is to end ignorance through education. So when you walk across the stage today, and for those of you at home who will turn your tassels because you couldn't be with us, you are not just collecting a credential, you are closing a loop that started long before you ever applied. You are opening one that will outlast us all. Now I want to say one more thing, and then I'll get out of your way. I can't lie. You are graduating in a hard moment. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Our faculty taught you better than that, and you can smell bullshit a mile away. The headlines are loud. Partisan politics around you are even louder. And the temptation when you're 24 or 34 or 44 or 54 or 64 and you have just spent years getting this degree, the world is shouting at you louder and louder about this climate change thing and the green economy not being real. The temptation is to either burn out or worse, check out. Do neither. Own this moment. Because here's what I've learned. Cynicism is cheap. It is the cheapest thing on the market. Anybody can be cynical. It costs nothing. It produces nothing. The hard thing, the rare thing, the you thing, the thing that your faculty spent years teaching you, preparing you for, is to be clear-eyed about how bad the problem is and still wake up in the morning and go to work. That is not optimism. That is not naivete. That is just what professionals do. That is what a Unity College graduate does. The world does not need you to be heroes anymore. The world needs you to be the competent, prepared person in the room who knows what the data says when the loud people are shouting it and making it up. That has always been the job. And I know you are ready for it. So to every graduate in this room, watching from across the world, to the parent who drove 12 hours to get here, and to the parent currently watching this commencement ceremony on her cell phone, to the spouse who held this whole thing together, to the child wondering when mom or dad is going to be on stage, this is that moment. This is your moment. This is the moment a parent finally rests because the bet they made on you paid off. This is the moment a child sees it is possible because they watched it happen on the kitchen table. This is the moment a service member becomes a scientist, an entrepreneur, a leader in a field this country needs more than ever. This is the moment a first-generation graduate quietly rewrites history and redefines what is possible for everyone who shares their last name. This is the moment, 30 years from now, when somebody asks, how did the work get done? The answer is going to be simple. A few thousand of us decided to simply do it, and we just kept showing up. Thank you, class of 2026. Congratulations. And now, for the stellar moment, to honor our commencement speaker, Mr. Bill Nye. Each year, Unity recognizes an individual who has made extraordinary contributions to sustainable institutions, resilient people and places, or to efforts that positively impact the environment and the natural world. Today, we are proud to confer an honorary doctorate of sustainability science to Bill Nye, the person who has helped teach generations that science rules and ignorance drools. For generations, his Emmy Award-winning television programs have been a premier science education resource, viewed in classrooms across the country, and sparking curiosity that will last for eternity. As the urgency of the climate crisis has grown, so too has Nye's commitment to meeting it. Through media, education, and the relentless public engagement, he has transformed climate communication into climate action, bringing the scale of planetary science down to the eye level for audiences ranging from elementary school children to congressional committees. As the CEO of the Planetary Society and through his ongoing lecture series and written work, he has consistently emphasized optimism as essential to progress, insisting that science, creativity, and civic engagement are the tools by which humanity will secure a sustainable future. As a leader in sustainability education, Unity is proud to recognize someone who has spent his career doing exactly what we ask of our own. Understanding the science, communicating it fearlessly, and inspiring others to pursue social mobility and economic prosperity in the age of climate change. It is my honor to present Mr. Bill Nye with an honorary doctorate of sustainability science from Unity Environmental University. Dr. Nye, please come forward. And now, without further ado, will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Thank you all very, very much. The faculty, you must be so proud. I am proud to know you. This is wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty, remarkable staff, family, friends, alumni, supporters, kids of all ages, especially students of all ages, congratulations. You made it. Nicely done. You might be thinking, I'm done. They can't get me now. It's too late. They already have. You can trust me on that. I'm a doctor. No, it means the world to me, you all. I just thank you very much. You will go forth and, dare I say it, change the world. The knowledge and habits of mind that you've acquired here at Unity will be worth more tomorrow than they are this morning. Meanwhile, we, you included, cannot help but notice that we are living at an extraordinary time. Our world is troubled. There are always wars being waged. They're always costly, but this new one is especially so. And you're going to have to help the world recover. Along with that, we have displaced populations Plastic pollution gyres on scales of whole countries, and a world that, as you know, is warming very fast. These are serious concerns. Nevertheless, strange as it may seem, despite all these developments, this is the most exciting time in human history. Hypothetically, if you could pick somehow, you could choose when you would be born, but not where you would be born, this would be the time to pick. And look, you're here. Nicely done. Well played, class of 2026. Seriously, as troubling as things may seem to be right now, life is quite a bit better for a great many more of us than has ever been true in the history of humankind. As graduates today, you have access to more resources than any generation before yours. The advances that are coming in our overall health, medicine, agricultural technology, transportation, information processing, and especially energy generation and storage are going to change the world. It's exciting. It's very exciting. And it's frightening. It's very frightening. It's frightening because along with the ways to get more done more quickly than ever in human history, come more ways for things to go wrong, faster than ever before in human history. Artificial intelligence is all the rage. All the kids are talking about it, and it should be. But let us be careful of systems that are so complex and so quick, their behavior is unpredictable. Especially use them to control the continent's electrical grid or our nation's complex weapons systems, for examples. You didn't ask for this job, but if you don't know then well enough already, you are going to have to learn about artificial intelligence systems and then make sure we learn to control them. So what I'm going to do now is transfer from the teleprompter to these paper pages. Are you familiar with this? It's information. It's plant-based information storage. Some of the younger people may not be familiar with it, but it has been proven effective for quite a long time. Speaking of jobs you didn't ask for, you are in charge now of a whole planet. It is no longer a matter of only keeping the air and water clean, curtailing the accidental creation of plastic trash on global scales, and hoping we'll be okay. No, nowadays, we, by that I mean you, are going to have to control all the life support systems, the ecosystems on our spaceship Earth. You will have to take charge of this whole planet. It's not enough to be a good steward of our home world, not anymore. From now on, we humans will have to deliberately control what we do to our atmosphere, our land, our sea, and the living things we share our world with, to ensure that we maintain as much biodiversity as possible while taking care of all of us. But you all know this better than just about anyone else being graduated and commencing this year. You all are environmentalists. No matter your station in life today, you all grew up after Earth Day was well established. I was at the first one. I rode my 10-speed Schwinn bicycle downtown, locked it to a flagpole at the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C., which was a very small town back then. You couldn't do that today, and still be walking free. Here, we have a whole university inspired by Earth Day. It was inspired in part by that first image from beyond the moon, the picture that astronaut Bill Nye snapped on the 24th of December, 1968, the eve of Isaac Newton's birthday. The beautiful, inspirational Earthrise. I remember it well. I also remember the Cuyahoga River catching on fire in Cleveland, Ohio. I remember the grown-ups talking about people dying in their sleep in Donora, Pennsylvania, killed by poison in the air. I was very aware of the toxins that made their way into the Love Canal near Niagara Falls. All of these environmental disasters led to the evolution of this university and its manifestation today. In those early days of the environmental movement, people embraced the idea of doing less as a way to curtail or manage humans' impact on Earth's environment. Drive your car less. Simple. Use less clean water. Just wear dirty clothes. And then recycle the lint from the occasional washing of those clothes back into t-shirts. That's it. Tie-dyed t-shirts. While these ideas might make sense intuitively, they were and still are not popular. It's not how people want to live. Instead, people everywhere want a high quality of life with all the good food and clean water they need. Objectively, it's doable, isn't it? It sure seems like we have enough of everything for everyone if we could just figure out a way to distribute our bounty and treasure. So get going on that one too. When my grandmother begged my great-grandmother to let her daughter fly on the Wright brothers' aeroplane when they were offering rides from an open field just outside of Washington in College Park, Maryland, there were just over 1.5 billion people on Earth. When my parents took us to the World's Fair in New York, the town so nice they named it twice, in 1964, there were just over 3 billion people on Earth. When most of you were born, there were fewer than 6.5 billion people. Today, a new human is born every 4 seconds. And by the time you're my age, there may be as many as 10 billion people trying to make a living on what's proving to be a very small planet. The key will not be doing less. It will be finding ways to do more with less. In general, to have a high quality of life for all of us, we want to raise the standard of living of women and girls. Many of you being, woo! Thank you. Thank you. I have a feeling that many of you here today have lived experience with the old adage, happy women and girls, happy life. Something like that. Seriously, when we raise the standard of living of women and girls, they're better off. The men in their lives are better off. And especially so are their kids, girls or boys. Everyone is better off and more productive. To this end, the United Nations currently strongly suggests we pursue 17 SDGs, 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Do you know them? Sure. Actually, come to think of it here, there are probably a few of you who do because we're at this extraordinary university. But for the rest of us, 17 of anything is too many, too hard to keep track of. So I recommend just 3. 3 big ideas to keep in mind. Clean water, renewable, reliable electricity, and access to the internet, or whatever you all call the internet in the coming years. When it started out, you know, it was the information superhighway. Some reason that name didn't stick. With clean water, people can enjoy good health and healthy agriculture. With renewable electricity, they can have lights at nights, computers, and exotic things like toasters. With the internet, its inherent problems aside, people have access to education. This university is a testament to that. This education will improve their lives and the lives of their families so that it's everyone. That's it. Clean water, renewable, reliable electricity, access to the internet. With those things, I claim we can change the world. Everyone here, everyone up here wants you to get that done. Sooner the better. Now, speaking of women, a word about my mother and her generation. She was graduated from Goucher College in Baltimore in the spring of 1942. This was back when we had sister schools. It was the sister school to Johns Hopkins. During that school year, she had been recruited by the U.S. Navy to be a cryptanalyst, a code breaker. You'd ask her, "What did you do during the war, Mom?" Can't talk about it. Oh, look at the time. Yeah. No, she never talked about it. She never told us what she did during the war. But I can tell you this. She and her 10,000 colleagues, the Code Girls, helped win that war. The Japanese military did not include women, neither did the Nazis. And they lost. People, diversity wins wars. That is objectively true. The suppression of diversity that's happening now in our military and our civilian government is not only unfair and unproductive, it's dangerous because it is not, absolutely not, in our national interest. It will not improve anything about our society or enhance our productivity, and it will absolutely not help us to compete internationally. If this suppression is allowed to continue, it will lower the quality of life for all of us, whether you're in the United States or elsewhere. Not to go on and on too much about World War II, but the thing that's important for all of us to remember is that everyone doing anything got involved in winning that war. There was hardly anyone anywhere who thought the U.S. could sit that one out. My parents were both veterans. I imagine a great many of today's graduates have ancestors who worked for and fought for victory. Thank you. We had to get involved in a very big way. Everyone was aware of the war effort. Every poster in every post office, every grocery ad in every newspaper, every song on the radio was about winning that war. And we did with our diverse workforce. So it is with the environment, and especially climate change. We can't lose, people. We have to take care of our world. It's going to take care of all of us to build a safe, clean, healthy world for everyone, everywhere. Now this is where you really come in. If you live here in the U.S., you have to vote. You have to make sure everyone in your family and everyone you know votes. If you live outside of the U.S., you probably have friends here. Make sure they vote. It's how we are going to turn things around, like the antagonism toward diversity, the antagonism toward environmental regulation, and the antagonism toward addressing climate change. Pretending that the externalized cost of burning fossil fuels doesn't matter is wrong-headed. It's silly, and it's unworthy of a scientifically literate society like ours. So vote. Did I mention voting? Vote. By the way, everyone, a reminder that elections matter. When I was in high school, I registered for the draft. I would have gone to fight in Vietnam, but the draft was abandoned right before I would have been sent. About the same time, people who could vote passed a constitutional amendment allowing us to vote when we turned 18. It changed the way lawmakers treated young people who were expected to go to war. Voting matters. And since we're all here and talking about voting, the feature of our system, of our government here in the U.S., that was unique when it was proposed, is change. Change is built in. It's like science. The founders, the guys and the people who influenced the guys who wrote the U.S. Constitution, were nerds. They were a curious bunch. Could they come up with a system of government that could change? In science, you notice something in nature, come up with an explanation for it and hypothesis. Then you design an experiment, a test. You try it, and then you compare what happened with what you thought was going to happen, and then you make a change or two, and you start over. The U.S. Constitution has change built in, just like the process of science. We tried choosing senators and the vice president without specific elections, and it didn't work. We changed it with amendments, and nowadays our system of laws to make life better and more efficient, or at least ways, that's the idea, is done with the courts. It's not so easy, but you're going to shape the future. You are going to drive and make change. You are going to vote. And while we're at it, I'd like to call your attention to Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 of the U.S. Constitution, which is now available in paperback. Article 1 is the role of the legislative branch, Congress. Section 8, if you're not familiar, is the miscellany. Includes clauses about letters of marque and reprisal. That's how you deal with pirates on the high seas, not the issue it once was. Although I guess it's making a comeback. Clause 7 is about the post office and post roads. Clause 8, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 of the U.S. Constitution, Congress is to promote the progress of science and useful arts. The word science is in the U.S. Constitution. And to me, useful arts would be 18th century parlance for engineering, using science to make things, farm equipment, bridges, navigational instruments, ballpoint pens, and so forth. And for you, whether you're in the U.S. or elsewhere, it will be better farming, better city planning, better management of our planet. And it is with your curiosity and your stick-to-itiveness with the process of science that is going to change the world. And today I cannot help but note that the Mainers, there are a few Mainers, the Maine people here, you have a remarkable opportunity to make an internationally significant choice, to make this year as to whom you elect to help run the U.S. government. This is for people in Maine. Be curious, use your judgment, get involved, talk it over, and vote. Here in Maine, you are leaders. Your state has been involved in the environmental movement for over 200 years. This is your time. Lead us. Vote with the environment in mind. Now, as part of any commencement address, I feel it's important to give you all some advice, just regular advice. Look up from your phone when you step off of a curb. Sure. Look up at the sky as well as your phone to check the weather. If you find yourself working in a thumbtack factory, wear shoes. Next, stay curious. Everyone you'll ever meet knows something you don't. This is a sobering and often surprising fact of life. Farmers know certain things about plants that most of us, even botanists, never will. Bricklayers have an intimate knowledge of what it takes to lay a course of bricks. Cooks know how to use copper bowls to control egg proteins in a meringue. Respect their knowledge, learn from others. It will bring out the best in them, and it will bring out the best in you. Along with these bits of advice, I encourage you all to be optimistic. The president made reference to this. No professional sports team, not even the Red Sox, goes into a game thinking they're going to lose. Sure, it can be scary. The world seems to be on fire right now. But don't let that hold you back. There's a saying in the theater, if you're nervous, turn that nervousness into excitement. It doesn't mean you ignore challenges or pretend things are fine when they aren't. It doesn't mean you don't have to work hard, sometimes very hard, but you have to believe you can succeed, or you won't. We won't. We're counting on you, class of 2026. I often reflect when the same would-be aviatrix grandmother of mine was born, No one knew there were neutrons inside of atoms. No one knew there was relativity, let alone that it would be used to enable intercontinental texting with an electric phone machine in your pocket. Right now, no one knows what dark matter is. It does something to influence the motion of galaxies. And I am charmed by the expression dark matter. Are there any astrophysicists here? So I see these galaxies are moving in surprising ways. Well, there must be gravity out there. There's gravity out there, and you can't see it. It's dark. Oh, it's dark. It's dark matter. Yeah, that's dark matter. Well, what makes the dark matter, move around? Well, there's an energy. It's dark. It's dark energy. That's it. Yes, dark energy, dark matter. There. Moving on. No, perhaps one of you in the next few decades will figure out what that is, and it will be every bit as commonplace as a winking emoji. Perhaps too soon we will find a way to contain a plasma. Well, it's a gas where all the electrons roam free. We'd contain it with a magnetic field that can manage subatomic particles as they fuse and release essentially limitless heat to produce unlimited kilowatt hours of electricity. It's easy to imagine artificial intelligence used to identify proteins and DNA structures that make our farm crops more nutritious and more resilient, able to weather droughts, floods, high winds. And just imagine what kind of analysis could do for our health, particularly genetic diseases. While we're talking biology, it is very reasonable that soon many of you here will be alive when we find evidence of life on another world. Perhaps there were once living things in the sands of Mars, or stranger still, there may be something alive there today, or perhaps under the ice on Europa, the moon of Jupiter with twice as much seawater as Earth. The discovery of life elsewhere will change this world. It will change the way every one of us feels about being a living thing here on Earth and in the cosmos. It's exciting. Just think what's ahead, no matter your age, of all things that will be discovered in your lifetime. It is astonishing. A few weeks ago, you may be aware, NASA, still the world's largest space agency, China National Space is coming on strong. NASA sent 4 of us, a diverse crew, around the moon. An extraordinary feat. First time in nearly 58 years, astronauts were able to capture images of our Earth from far enough away to see the whole planet. It's just all there in one picture. Citizens of Earth saw again that we are alone in the very cold blackness of space. There is no cavalry coming over the hill to rescue us from ourselves. These images are inspirational and sobering. Beautiful but fragile is our place in space. From out there, we could see again that there are no national boundaries. We are all one species, crewmates aboard one planetary spacecraft. It was amazing, but I suspect what you all will see in the coming years will be even more amazing. It is the most exciting time to be alive. And when it comes to amazing, everyone, I'm sure you will remember this day, the beginning, the commencement of the rest of your life. You are well equipped. Congratulations, class of 2026. You have the knowledge, skills, curiosity, and motivation to make our Earth a better world for everyone. Thank you in advance. You can and you will change the world. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nye. As we reflect on that powerful message and the compelling speech, let's honor the themes of unity and sustainability as we shift our focus to the remarkable achievements of our master's students. We stand in celebration of your accomplishments. President Corey, on behalf of the faculties of Unity Environmental University, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of Masters of Science, Masters of Science in Professional Science, and Masters of Sustainable Business Administration. I invite President Corey to the lectern, and will the master's candidates please stand?
Upon the recommendation of Unity's faculties and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the State of Maine, I confer upon you your Unity Environmental University graduate degree. I now invite Dean Loredo to the lectern for the reading of the names of our master's candidates. Master's candidates, please sit.
Thank you, President Corey. For those candidates who have met the requirements for their master's degree, today is a culmination of years of hard work. Whether you're taking the next step in your career or transitioning into a new field, the degree you will receive speaks volumes about your dedication to your education and to the skills you will carry with you, to your employers, to your colleagues or clients. The hood bestowed upon you is also a reflection of your achievement. The gold color is recognized in the higher education as honoring advanced learning in the area of science. The russet color recognizes the environmental education, conservation, and forestry. The drab color honors advanced learning in business administration. The green is, of course, for Unity, your new alma mater. Congratulations on this remarkable task. And please, I ask everybody, I know we have a lot of family, hold your applause until all the graduates who've come through. Paul Didson Justin Alesi. Karina Almonte. Robert Benstrom. Megan Barnes. Amber Beck. Chanel Bosch. Alex Brand. Madison Clanton. Ajane Clark Thomas. Treasure Clark Thomas. Savannah Cool. Jamie Shaki. Amiris Cooper. Brenna Curry. Kara Daly. Catherine Davis. Genevieve Devine. Lauren Danielle Dillman. Elizabeth Dorner. Ryan Dulay. Shakira Duran. Francisco German. Lauren Krapp Wildrick. Courtney Hessman. Wesley Hatch. Crystal Haviland. Emily Hutchison. Brittany Jernigan. Marcus Tabulo Jones. Stephanie Jonas. Abran Khan. Natasha Lex. Haley Marcia Levitt. Timothy Lewis. Jennifer Mack. Michelle Muckward. Fiona Milady. Tiffany Moravik. Jaden Nagel. Lauren Nett. Brett Newby. Jessica Nielsen. Catherine O'Hara. Neil Patrick. Shannon Perry. Kiara Peterson. Rachel Ponte. Kaylin Reed. Reese Rudy. Jason Rupp. Allegra Schuckman. Trenton Seahorn. Suzanne Short. Ari Stephanopoulos. Imani Stevens Ibrahim. Maxwell Valentine. Haley Vaughn. Victoria Welch Rowe. Haley Whitehouse. Oops. Natalie Witten. Jolie Kilgore. Kaylin Yolanini. Anthony Zakagny. And Yadira Selaila. Congratulations, graduates. Big applause. Now I call back my colleague, Dr. Laddie, back to the lectern.
President Corey, on behalf of the faculties of Unity Environmental University, I prepare for you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. President Corey, would you please return to the lectern, and will the baccalaureate students please stand?
Upon the recommendation of Unity's faculties and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the State of Maine, I confer upon you your Unity Environmental University degree. I now welcome back Dean Loretta to the lectern for the reading of the names. Baccalaureate candidates, please sit.
Thank you, President Corey. I am honored to introduce Unity's newest graduates. Many are seated before us, while others are celebrating in their homes. Hailing from all 50 states, these graduates have earned bachelor's degrees in 17 different majors. With new credentials, they will go to pursue a master's or a PhD programs, while others are planning to bring their knowledge and passion to their work in environmental and sustainable jobs. These graduates will build on their careers in the public, private, and nonprofit sector across the country and around the world. We are impressed with all of what you have accomplished and are very excited to see what's your next step for you. Please help me in congratulating these graduating students in attendance today as I call each of the baccalaureate candidates to the lectern. And as before, please hold your applause until the very end. We'll give a big one to everybody. Okay. Avery Grace Abu. Madison Al-Khatib. Kaya Anderson. Congratulations. Autumn Anderson. Brianna Andujar. Samantha Appleby. Nicole Atwater. Alyssa Astrino. Stav Bahat. Betty Barnhart. Jason Barron. Samantha Barone. Nicole Barrett. Alexa Blakeney. Alexander Blomberg. Lahana Bori. Amanda Bowman. Tyler Bauer. Bailey Brown. Amanda Bruton. Hannah Channel. Ashley Childress. Sanaya Clark. Nevaeh Close. Gina Carbone. Kaylee Coleman. Katie Connor. Olivia Cooper. Sonia Corliss. Daphne Corton. Krista DeBroco. B. DeFrancisco. Madison Diffenderer. Jordan DeLone. Joe D'Souza. Thomas Espinette. Eliseo Espinosa. Sydney Flaubush. Mandy Flores. Mackenzie Fowles. Alexandria Fesconi. Jose Perez. Okay. Jose Perez. Javier Gregory. Join Giovanni. Lauren Giocondo. Casey Goldsmith. Joreli Gonzalez. Brandon Gremlin. Jesse Groff. Megan Hampton. Jennifer Harrison. Megan Hawkins. Perfecto. Ana Sofia Ramilo Henry. Lily Hernandez. Emily Hess. Virginia Carol Higgins. Kendall Hill. Ashley Hill. Summerlin Hillstrom. Kristen Hogue. Jenny Horner. Samantha Hornsby. Kelsey Hubbard. Rayanne Hunter. Janice Ingham. Madison Irby. Dansea Jensen. Kristen Johnson. Jessica Johnson. Mary Caitlin Johnson. Trey Johnson. Caitlin Jones. Julian Gonzalez. Bassett Jupiter. Rachel Kasperik. Maria Keatster. Molly Keller. Taryn Keller. Kiara Kelly. Nicole Kirshen. Sarah Kessler. Heidi Keismore. Julia Kitani. Kaylee Keltner. Jacob Kujer. Haley Kritz. Congratulations. Gotcha. Mariah Krushke. Carly LaFrance. Jason Larson. Nicole Lewis. Brittany Lugowski. Autumn Lang. Adam Levin. Elvis Lucas. Isabella Lynch. Abigail Leiser. Victoria Lopez. Denise Lucas. Jennifer Luna. Hey, congratulations. Shelby Lynch. Irada Maldonado Nazarro. Emily McCready Turner. Patrick Malone. Frederick Malone. Sorry. Tammy Martell Crane. Jeffrey Martin. Jamie Lee Matthews. Natalia McDonald. Naomi McHam. Peyton McMillan. Mesha McWhorter. Stacy Miller. Tiana Montañez. Sarah Moore. Chloe McCundon. Hannah Nilsson. Jordan O'Mara. Colin Oliver. Grace Feneg. Jobel Porter. Kelly Quintenner. Alejandra Rivera Martinez. Perla Rojo. Sarah Pritaski. Elena Brett Reeves. Kayla Rivera. Lisa Rose. Kayla Rosignol. Megan Rozier. Autumn Sanders. Olivia Sheehan. Elizabeth Sheldon. Lily Shin. Taylor Shoemake. Kelly Simon. Bianca Suminik Grubb. Yes. Hannah Snyder. Holly Sobernes. Caroline Sodano. Elizabeth Suarez. Clarissa Thompson. Peter Travers. Sarabeth Trinidad. Ana Maria Chorches. Mary Beth Umstadt. Julia Vacchiano. Mackenzie Valentine. Cliff Van Ostrand. Tyler Van Leuven. Gwyn Varnuki. Savannah West. Amber Mia White. Desiree White. Victoria White. Shai Williams. Kate Weinman. Casey Wyatt. Noah Yeager. Haley Yeager. Congratulations, graduates. Big applause. Yes. And now, I welcome back to the lectern our president.
Well, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the ranks of alumni. How cool is that? Today, as you begin your new role as partners and ambassadors, you will have the opportunity to show the world what your education means and what it has done for you. Graduate status does have its honors, its rights, and its privileges. It also has its responsibilities. You have the accountability to use what you have learned, to lead with the skills you have learned, and to help Unity continue to empower countless others to realize their dreams. Finally, on behalf of the entire institution, I congratulate you on your individual accomplishments and your accomplishments as a class. For all of you who are in the baccalaureate grads, please stand. You may now turn your tassels to the left. Will the graduate class please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the class of 2026. Congratulations.